Welcome to the August edition of Making a Difference. Welcome, everyone. We're full of some outstanding guests tonight. My first guest is Lorenzo Lawson. Lorenzo is the Executive Director of Youth Empowerment. Lorenzo, thank you for taking the time to come in and visit with us, man. It's great to see you. You're doing some phenomenal things around the community.
Well, thank you, Mark. I'm glad to be here.
Well, we're glad to see you. So what's going on? What's going on in your room?
We got a couple things that's coming up immediately. This Saturday, we got the Look fashion show. We partnered with Stephen College. We got a couple interns who are working with our kids, and it's a two-pronged reason that we're having this fashion show. This is our third annual. We instituted so that the kids can learn how to dress for success, and also to open up a different career path in that whole fashion industry, merchandising and the likes. Mm-hmm. So we got about 16 kids that's going to be, as they say, ripping the runway this Saturday at 6 here at Stephen College.
Now are the kids doing the entire production from concept to implementation?
Along with the students from Stephen College.
Oh, what a partnership.
They're being the lead in this fashion show. In fact, we had an intern 3 years ago who gave us the concept, and she was the actual one who created that whole annual fashion show thing.
Now it's a fashion show, so are the kids involved with designing?
No, actually what they're learning, we have workshops, and they actually learn about what all goes on in the fashion industry, like the lighting, different other careers that they could possibly get in the fashion industry. And if they complete all the workshops, then we got a couple local businesses that JCPenney's and I believe Dillard's are letting them borrow some clothes to wear at the fashion show. And what we're doing is we are getting sponsors who sponsor a couple of outfits so that these kids can have a couple of new back-to-school outfits. A lot of these kids come from homes where they can't afford, the single parent can't afford to buy them a whole brand new outfit. And it's kind of difficult for them to go to school and they don't have, and everyone else got, new outfits. So we, as an incentive, we do that. So we are asking different sponsors to call us, and whatever you can give to help us buy these outfits for these kids, that's what we do.
Now the Youth Empowerment Zone, the organization that you're the director of, you're a 501(c)(3).
Exactly.
So you're tax exempt. Mm-hmm. So if someone wanted to make a donation, maybe help some of these young kids in your programs with a brand new Let's Go to School outfit, how do they contact you? How do they make a donation?
Well, they can call us at 573-256-1896.
Okay.
Or they can stop by our place. It's open to the public, and that's at 1002 Fay Street. Okay. Half a block down from MediaCom, or they can go on our web, and it's www.yas.org. Okay. And you can make a donation in one of those.
You got PayPal set up?
PayPal, the donation button is right there.
Outstanding.
And it's secure, and they can make their donation right there.
Okay.
The second thing that we got going on is August the 16th, we are launching our early childhood education component, which is entitled Inspiring Academy. And it's an after-school program from the ages of 5 to 12-year-old. We work with a lot of single-parent teen moms, and one of the biggest problems is affordable and safe child care for them.
Sure.
A lot of our parents, we get them jobs, and sometimes they work that middle shift, and they don't have no place for their kids to go after school.
So now the Inspiring Academy, is that a concept that you have developed?
Yes, we have developed it. We are a holistic program. Our vision is to work with them from zero all the way up until they graduate from college. We believe that if we can get them early enough, it's less expensive and more effective to keep them on the right track and provide that resource and support all the way through than to catch them after they done made a lot of mistakes and bad decisions and try to turn them around. What we're witnessing now out there, young people with all the violence, just had a shooting last night. These young people usually come from these broken homes, usually come from poverty without a positive role model in their lives. And what we're providing is those things that they don't have in their household. So that's what we want to do.
So you partner with a lot of community organizations.
Yes. Everybody.
It takes a village, Lorenzo.
Exactly.
You know that, and I agree with you 100%.
Yes.
It's a lot easier to address the influence at a young age than in a positive way than address the problem later on.
Exactly.
What else you have going on? I haven't seen you in a while. What else you have going on?
Well, again, our vision is right now my board is looking for property and a facility so that we can have a full daycare center. Where we can implement best practice learning. We want to be able to teach our kids 2 languages. Our concept is in the morning, all morning, it's going to be all Spanish. We want them to speak fluently Spanish, and then in the afternoon, English. We want them to be ahead when they start kindergarten. So we're looking for property and a facility to get that up and started. Also, we're starting our fatherhood initiative. Most of the kids, they don't have their father involved with them. And now we're getting a whole lot of these young men that are coming out of incarceration, and they got kids, but they can't be in their lives, and they got these problems with this huge back pay of child support, and we want to help them get back engaged with the kid's life, because the data says that if the father's there, a lot of those negative stats that we're finding are lessened if there's a father in there. So we're starting the fatherhood program this fall.
Hey, listen, come back.
Sure.
Keep us posted. I mean, you're doing some great things. You're reaching out to a group of young men and women that need help. So come back and see us anytime, okay?
I will, Mark.
Okay,
Thank
Lorenzo.
you for having me.
Thank you for coming in.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Welcome back to the second edition of the August 2nd Making a Difference. That was confusing. I kind of blew that intro. Anyway, Jeff Barrow, welcome. Kristen Schulte, as in Schulte. Thank you so much for being with us today. You're with the Missouri River Relief. This is awesome stuff you guys are doing. Now, Jeff, you're the executive director.
Yes, and thank you for having us on the show.
It's our pleasure.
It's really a great program you have here. But Missouri River Relief, we've been around since 2001. We're a nonprofit organization, and our mission is to connect people and communities to the river, mainly the Missouri River. And we're unique because we operate 4 boats, we have trucks, we have all kinds of equipment, so we can take our show on the road and clean up all the way up as far as South Dakota on the Missouri River.
Are you busy? Do you stay extremely busy?
Yeah, we're very busy. Our busiest times are the spring. We have a spring season and a fall season. And this September, we're gearing up for our big Jefferson City, Missouri River cleanup on September 10th, Saturday, September 10th.
Now, describe that. What will that look like? What are you going to do?
Well, we'll go down there ahead of time and scout the river and map it and find out where the accumulations of trash are. So we typically get up to 200 people on the day of the event. So we need to get them out efficiently and safely. So we'll map the river, and we also have agency partners with the Department of Conservation will bring their boats out. And so when people come to the cleanup, they'll sign in, get a safety talk orientation, life jacket, and then we'll take them very quickly and efficiently out on the river, and they'll clean up trash mainly on the banks and in the woods for a couple of hours. And typically we'll get anywhere from 5 to 10 tons of trash in a single day.
You know, you were throwing some information out there. Since 2001, you have been responsible for collecting 2 million pounds
Well, with the help
of trash.
with the help of hardworking volunteers, we've gotten almost 2 million pounds of trash.
That's amazing.
And most of that trash is actually plastic bottles. So when you think about it, they don't weigh very much. So that's a lot of volume.
2 million pounds.
Yeah.
How many volunteers do you have that work with you?
Well, we have about 3 dozen hardcore volunteers who know how to work at one of our events and operate boats and
Okay.
are really safe and take a leadership role. But we've taken more than 20,000 people out on the Missouri River to do cleanups.
That's great.
And
That's
I would
great.
say 80% of them, it's their first time on the river. So that's really remarkable for us to have that chance.
You mentioned they're like your area right here is one of 5,000 stream teams?
Right, we are a member of the Stream Team program
Okay.
that's operated by the Department of Conservation and Department of Natural Resources and Conservation Federation.
Right.
And they basically empower citizens groups. I mean, any family can pick a stream in their backyard and adopt it, and then they can do cleanups, they can do water quality monitoring, they can do advocacy work. So we are one of those. We're Stream Team 1875, and instead of our backyard stream is the Missouri River.
The little one.
Yeah, the little one,
Little baby one.
from Iowa and Nebraska down to Illinois.
You could have picked something a little more major, maybe like the Mississippi, but Missouri's not bad.
Well, we help on the Mississippi too.
What a challenge. Kristen, now you're like the education coordinator.
Yeah.
That is so cool. You've got some initiatives happening in the Columbia Public Schools.
Yeah, so everything that we do with River Relief is educational to a certain extent, but
Sure.
our education programs mostly focus on either working with youth in a summer camp program or working with teachers and doing professional development or working with students. And so one of the things that we have happening this fall is going into Columbia Public Schools and doing an after-school program that we've been calling the Missouri River All-Stars. And we figure every kid at some point
That's
in their
a
life.
neat name. Did
Yeah, I like it.
you think of that?
Maybe.
Either you did or you didn't.
Yes.
Outstanding. We got kudos. Good job. So you're in charge of the educational curriculum, correct? You develop the programs from start to finish.
Yep.
Good
And this
for you.
particular program
She's
has.
making you look like a champion.
All
Jeff.
right, yeah, she makes me shine like a star.
I'm telling
yeah.
you what, that's awesome. Though. That's what you need. You're building outreach. You're building partnerships, and you're probably educating a lot of our youth on how to dispose of different materials properly. That's big. I try. I do an okay job, but I need to attend one of your programs.
That would be good.
Yeah. What else you have going on?
So we have a summer camp that we just wrapped up, and also a teacher workshop we just finished for this summer. So we're gearing up for not only this after-school program, but a lot of the communities that we work with, including Jeff City, we like to pair education events with the cleanups. So we'll partner with a Jeff City school and we'll take out 60 of their students and either investigate the Missouri River or we'll do a stewardship project on the Missouri River. So
Stewardship. Oh, that's a powerful word. That is a good word. Man.
Well, I was just going to jump in here. One of the things that's outstanding about Kristen's programs is they're typically on the river and they're action oriented. So it's not just
Hands-on.
Exactly, and the students get a really sense of satisfaction because they can see a trash-strewn beach and work together and clean it up. And at the end of it, it looks like a sandy beach where the birds will nest.
Yeah, good job. Excellent work. Now, in September, you've got that Jeff City cleanup project.
Yes, Saturday, September 10th.
If somebody wants to volunteer, how do they get a hold of you?
The best thing to do is go online at riverrelief.org, and there's a volunteer button. You push on that, and then you can just sign up, and then we'll send you updates on the cleanup.
You're a 501c3, which means, like everyone else, you need some help.
You know, it's interesting, our fundraising, we used to get a third of our money from government, a third of our money from business, and a third from individuals. And now we're getting half of our money from individuals. And a lot of those are people who sign up for races that we do safety boats with. That's another thing that we do. And a lot of them are just people who have that connection to the river and want to give something back. And the way to do that is by donating to River Relief.
Go to your website again for donations?
Riverrelief.org. And
Good.
there's a PayPal button. You can just hit that donate button.
Great. Take some pictures of the Jeff City cleanup and come back and see us, will you?
I'd love to. That'd be
Love
great.
to have you. Listen, Jeff, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Kristen,
Yeah, thank you.
Schulte, welcome and good luck with your educational programs.
I appreciate it.
You'll do a great job. Thank you. Welcome back to Making a Difference. Our last guest, best for last, is Annette Triplett, the Executive Director of PedNet. Annette.
Yes.
We have 66 million viewers. Well, maybe not that many. And they're all asking the same question. What in the world is PedNet? Tell us.
PedNet stands for Pedestrian and Pedaling Network. We are an advocacy organization for transportation issues, and we specifically focus on building strong communities that are walkable, bikeable, accessible, and have strong public transit systems.
Tell me this. Is Columbia kind of a diamond in the rough?
It absolutely is. Even the governor recently has referred to Columbia's trail network as a gem of the state.
Really?
So yes, we are a leading community for walking and biking,
Good
partially
job.
because of strong advocacy groups like us and the members that support us, and partially because of some funding that's come into the city to allow us to build up our network.
Now, you can't help but drive around Columbia, anywhere, and see bicycle lanes and I mean, just some cycling areas that are just fantastic.
Absolutely.
Almost as nice as the roadway. Are you involved in that?
We are. So we advocate for things like trails, sidewalks, bike lanes, better public transit service. So when those types of projects come up, we advocate for better connectivity to make sure that the projects that are built are designed in ways that support connectivity and that allow everyone to get around the community no matter what form of transportation they choose.
How did you get involved with this?
Well, I was hired as executive director about 3.5 years ago. Previously, I'd worked on building healthier communities through healthy eating. So running grant-funded programs, but this position opened up and was hired into it, and I had been really committed to walking and biking personally and didn't really know that that was a type of advocacy that you could do, but had really decided that I wanted to choose my home location where I could walk and bike to work. And so I'd kind of been living the active transportation life before I knew that that was a thing. And so I was hired into...
It is a thing.
It is a thing.
Wow.
It's a big deal. And it builds stronger communities. So.
You know, I have to agree with that. So you have a trail system throughout the entire city.
Yes. We don't own it, but we advocate for it, and we advocate for expansions.
Now when a system is engineered into a new construction project, are you part of the planning process? Do they allow you to come in and say, this is what our recommendations are?
Occasionally, yeah. So we always attend when there are public input meetings. We make sure that we are attending those and providing comment to the city. If there's a more detailed issue, we'll meet with city staff and make certain recommendations. So yeah, absolutely. And we get our members involved, of course, as well.
Outstanding. Advocacy, it's a great thing. So now when a city manager sees you coming, do they cringe? Do they see a fiscal note, or do they embrace you?
No, we have a great relationship with the city of Columbia. We try to make sure that we stay on the positive side of advocacy and not on the more negative side of activism. So we try to be a reasonable voice for biking and walking.
Good. Any neat projects coming up?
Yeah,
Anything
absolutely. So one of our ongoing programs is called Adopt a Bike. And it is a program that provides donated bikes to people in need of a form of transportation. So people who might have a bike gathering dust in their garage can donate it to us.
Not so loud. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
And then we usually find business sponsors to kind of sponsor the bike to allow us the financial support to get it fixed up, make sure that it's safe and comfortable, and then we donate it to a person in need of a bike.
What about area cyclist shops? Are they involved? Do they
Yeah,
get involved
absolutely.
with you?
So we are a member-based coalition,
Okay.
and some of our biggest support comes from our business members. And all
Good.
4 bike shops in the city of Columbia are PedNet business members, so they are very, very supportive of us.
Wow. What else you have going on?
Well, we are working on developing a new program. It's going to be called Giving Rides. And this is a program that will have an adapted wheelchair bike. that will be available for people with disabilities or older people who might not be able to get out and enjoy our trail system. It will allow them to have a ride on the trail. So basically there are 2 seats, the person on the back pedals the bike and the person on the front enjoys the ride.
How neat.
Yes, it's very cool. So these are really specialized adaptive bikes. There are similar programs across the country.
Okay.
And a community advocate came to us and said, we really should have this here. Can you help us get it started? So we're finalizing our sponsorships to get it started, but we're looking forward to getting that kicked off this fall.
How expensive are the cycles for that?
They're pretty pricey. They are.
How are you funding them?
Through business sponsors.
Okay.
We have one already lined up, and
Good.
we're working on lining up the second.
Great, great. So if a business wants to get involved or a citizen, whoever, how do they get a hold of you? How do they make a donation?
Yeah, so they can go to our website, which is
Okay.
PedNet, PEDNET.org.
That is so cool, PedNet.
They can give us a call, 573-999-9894.
Can they make a donation through your website?
Absolutely.
Okay. You're a 501(c)(3),
That's right.
C3, so donations are tax deductible.
Tax deductible, yep.
Folks, end of the year's coming up, make your donations now. Let's get
right.
it done.
That's right.
What else? You have any other innovative educational programs, cycling programs coming up?
Yeah, we do actually. We have another one that we're planning for this fall. It's called Bike Pro, and it's targeted at middle school kids. We've done this a couple times in past years. It's essentially driver's ed, but for bikes. So we're training kids how to ride a bike safely, ideally so they can ride a bike to school regularly. So we go through the rules of the road, we do skill drills in parking lots to make sure that they are riding their bike safely and are able to signal and be safe on the roads. We're planning for that for this fall, hopefully in partnership with Columbia Public Schools.
It's neat. You know, I have to tell you this. I was involved with the first bicycle patrol program in Boone County. It was with the Boone County Sheriff's Department. I had more fun with that, and probably in the best shape of my life.
It's a great way to engage with the community.
I need to get back out there and ride.
It's a
Anything
lifelong
else?
skill. That's it. That's
Listen, look in that camera right there and say, we need your support.
We need your support. We absolutely rely on our members' support throughout the community. So go to our website and donate.
Hey, come back and see us.
Thanks
Give us a
very much.
report. I mean,
Will do.
Bring a bike or something.
Okay.
Let's do it. Teach us how to ride.
Okay.
Listen, come back and see us at any time. We'd love to have you.
Thank you very much.
And good luck.
Thanks.